was small, in Patukaja, as you know, there's a lot of it's a mining land, and there's a lot of old mining pools, and there's a lot of open space because of the mining. It's a sandy area, so I used to roam on these areas and run about freely. Freedom, the sense of freedom is there, and that's some of the things I like. Just running about to look at the ponds, to look at the run along with the evening sunset and the sand there, and also the small bushes here and there. And I used to also go with friends to go into the secondary jungle, sometimes just to cut firewood, you know, and catch spiders. So it was carefree, very carefree. So that was what I love about. As I grow older, that part of it somehow or other has been cut off. Basically because I was posted to a town, you see. I was busy doing my working to contribute to my job, and not much time to really go into this nature environment. Somehow or other, at the back of my mind, I always wanted my children to be involved with nature in some form or another. And even though I was very busy, I always try to tell them to be involved. Like, for example, scouting, and if was possible, to go for some picnic, even just nearby. So I used to tell them stories about animals and the environment when I was small, what's happening, and all these things. And I think even until today, I think they remember some of the stories I told them. So along the way, because when I was posted to another city, Colombo, I actually have no time for this. But somehow or other, they got involved with scouting, and that take care of it. And they become so busy, more busy than me during the weekends. They're always away. And every time I ask them where have they gone, they said they've gone camping. So me and my wife will always say, these people have become jungle people already. I suppose that's how the jungle people come to being. James is actually my brother-in-law who actually involved in scouting, and they always tag along, you know, for a short period of time until when he left, then they took over, and from there on they are on their own, you see. I've never been with them to any camping trips, because at that time, basically somehow or other things didn't work out in the sense that I was away, and they are involved, and they are very close to the scout group. So they would not like us to even to join them. We were inquisitive to find out what happened. They always tell us, no, you don't come, don't ask. If there's nothing, it's okay. That means if there's anything, we'll call you. Because they were too shy for the parents to tag along. So they feel that sort of a feeling they have. So we slowly come to know that they know how to take care of themselves, and we leave it at that. I did not realize that I love nature so much until at a much later age. Until one day, Paul took me to Sri Lanka. I thought it's just another trip, you know, overseas just to see the land, the place. But they took me, one of the agenda or item there is camping. And I was so into the rural area to camp. And that's when I discovered, oh my goodness, camping is such fun. Somehow or other, that links me back to my good old days where I'm always surrounded by nature, and straight away my heart just took it up, and I just feel that would be very, very nice, and I feel that was really a fantastic thing. So when it came back, I told them that if it's a camping trip or anything to do with nature, anywhere you go, I do not mind following. So that's how it started off that way. And then when Paul took me to this place, I just jumped out from the car, frankly speaking. As I reached the entrance here, I hear the waterfall. Before the car stopped, I jump out. I just turned around and told Paul, I want to be in this place. I love this plan. I like it, I know I like it. If there's one word to describe, this place, the feeling that I have is satisfaction. And that's which sum up my feeling.
Waterfall, if you're going to waterfall, make sure that you squat down, don't stand and walk. Pop! 就搭落去咯，下邊好滑嘅嚇，搭落去好多人搭到20日啫喎，冇搞笑喎。So you go down first， squat落去，你企定咗冇嘢咯，穩咗你就起身嚇 ，safest way 啦。And then 天氣睇到黑黑啊，就唔好落去咯。上邊可能落水，你唔知道你呢度沖涼嗰度水，bam 就沖到人走。
There are many things here that I like, or many areas that I like. The area that I like most, or the place that I like most, is the area around the waterfall, and also the pond itself. This really gives you the feeling of refreshing, a refreshing feeling. And when you sit and listen to the sound, it is very calming and soothing. And every day I will move up and down over this land, and I never feel tired about it. Basically, it really push your adrenaline out. That there's something new. You know, everywhere there's always something new. The worms that you see, the beetles that comes along, the birds. Suddenly there's a new species of bird that you see, and the fishes. As you grow up, so nice, beautiful. Suddenly you realize that wow, there's gone another inch. You know, these are little things that always makes me happy to see them. And the trees, plants. Every time there's a shower, I will go around and have a look, and I always see new shoots coming out. And that itself, I look at it. For example, the willow tree at the back. Now it looks nice, and before it was not nice. But I have to take time to go around, taking care of them, by even touching them, and even mumble a few words. And that's true. And this is beautiful. And now I see them growing, I just said, well done, well done. I keep them tapped. I do the same to the animals too, especially the ducks and the goose. But the chickens are too timid for me to touch. And there's one goose there who I can really follow me everywhere. And I sit down, he'll stand in front of me, and we seem to be talking, discussing with each other. But actually, I don't understand what he's thinking. But he seems to understand and always move around me. So that really makes me very, very satisfied and contented, because I think someone is listening to me. Why you tell Hagai? Tell me. Why? Why? You are naughty fellow. Come here, come here. Naughty fellow. When they are here, I always tell them that we have to take care of nature. Nature is a very important part of us. And nature means we must try to conserve certain things. We have certain rulings and regulations of discipline. And this is what is important. Of course, I want them to go with very good fond memory, especially happy. That's why I call this place Happy Land. Because they come in, they see all the places, they enjoy, but at the same time, they learn some lessons about nature, particularly the plants that I planted almost 1,000 trees. And I take trouble to tell them why we planted it, not because it's on the business aspect, but basically it's we want to create nature and to bring back nature. Some of them ask me, we have got plenty of trees here. I say, yes, those are commercial trees. And commercial trees do not bring back animals. They only bring back a certain group of animals. They do not really create a good environment as such, because they were used by people with weed killer. Weed killer are killing the soil, all the plants are killed. And all these things are actually is not a healthy thing. And this simple thing should be instilled to everybody's brain, not just of think of money, money, money. after several years here, I find many of the young people very understand and they are into this. If given the opportunity, I know they will do that. Other older people may be skeptical, and in between, they are okay, I would say. But they all learn something, because many of them who comes here are city folks. They really do not know what's the difference between a duck and a goose. So many of them who spend here really come and accompany me. I will take them around if they want to, and sometimes on their own, they will go around looking. And I come one day, there was one lady who told the child, the heliconia at the back there, kitchen there, is a banana. Well, it looks like banana leaf if you are not experienced. So I have to make correction straight away. I tell them, until they come, I show you. I brought both of them to see the banana tree with the banana there. Then they say, oh, I mistook. So these are simple things which we took for granted, a lot of us. But many of them really do not know, but they're too shy to tell. Since the time I come in, there's some instances that happened which I cannot forget. And I think I would like to share it with everyone. It's very interesting. For example, second year when we're here, there was a group of birds or geese or whatever. They came in and joined my geese, a group of them, a flock of them. And they stayed there for over a week together with my geese and swimming together, and then they went off. And one of them stayed behind, and they stayed there for about 2 to 3 weeks. And I was thinking, it's Paul, my son, bought it. So when I asked Paul, since when you bought that bird there? It looks like a duck and it looks like a goose. Then Paul said, no, a new one. And then how did they come out? Then when I found out that they came on their own, and then I asked Paul, what is that bird known as? Then he said it's an Egyptian goose. And I Googled and I found, my goodness, it is really an Egyptian goose because it's so beautiful. It looks in between like a goose and a duck. And when it flies, it's red underneath. And when I go near, then he started flying. Of course, after a few more days, he disappeared. I waited the next year for it to come, but it never come. So I'm still waiting. The other thing is the hornbill. The hornbill was beautiful. When we first came in, there was no hornbill. Then after some months, we were staying almost a year. Then we realized that there's some hornbill. And first we sighted one first, and then two. And then they started coming near to the brick house, and they start sitting there for 10, 15 minutes, or sometimes even half an hour. So I was really excited. And I go near and I imitate how they call. And they really call. And two of them was playing around, and I imitate the call. Like that. So I really imitate. And then occasions they responded. So I was really happy. And I was trying to feed them. Somehow or other it was not very successful. And now they don't come that frequent, but they still do come. Frankly speaking, I miss them. On the first year when we came here, we were clearing the land, and we were landscaping a little bit here and there, and the housewife was laying the foundation. One fine day, there was this loud call from one of my geese who was sitting on the rock there. It was so loud that all of us turned around and rushed down to the pond and see what happened. What we saw was a huge snake climb onto the wing of one of the geese and was pulling the goose down into the water. So there was a tussle, up, down, and everybody shouted, "Wee, wee, wee," and we threw stone at it. Then the snake let go and dived into the water. At that time, the water was full of weeds and bushes. So 3 months later, when we was clearing the water, we cleaned the pond, drained off the water, we caught the snake, a python, which is about 8.5 feet. Now this sort of incident is actually very, very interesting, because we believe that, the Chinese believe that at least, the snake are scared of goose. But it's not true. The snake dad will attack the goose. My last thought for the day is before I retired, I'll think and pray to God that there is peace and calmness in this land for the next day. The orang asli do not bring anything metal to go and collect the honey from the, I cannot remember. The word just come in, the brain is already jammed. We are self-reliant and ensure that the environment is not, stop. We also have fish ponds where we rear fishes. All these, the guests will have a chance to enjoy it when they're here. Welcome to 8 Acres.
Very good.
And you can imagine when it's 200 feet, it's going to be a huge big umbrella and providing beautiful shades. Welcome to 8 Acres. I forgot the other part. And touch the animals. It's a form of education for them. Thank you and welcome to 8 Acres. I don't know.